Hey guys, what is up? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you're watching this. Welcome back to Tiffmas. We are answering more of your questions. I asked you guys over on Instagram what you want to know. So let's get right into this.
Let me give you a Christmas moment we'll fill with love and joy. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. I don't need any presents as long as I spend this day with you. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. Ooh.
I'm here. How's it going? And yes, I have a synthesizer because they're cool.
Okay, first question. How does he react to the surgery / little appetite?
I mean, how did I react to it? I didn't think anything bad. I was just like, oh, okay, I understand.
Yeah, it wasn't like, oh, you had surgery, that's
oh my
cheating.
God.
Yeah, like
I'll never look at you the same way. No, like, she was like, I've had a surgery, and I was like, okay. And then, I mean, like, I didn't even realize what it was until after she explained it. Apparently my grandma had the same exact surgery done. I didn't even know until I brought it up. But it explained why she never ate, which makes so much more sense.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't really have any issues or anything like that. We still don't have any issues.
I don't see why there should ever be an issue.
Yeah, no, he doesn't judge me for what I eat, and I don't judge him for what he eats.
It's anything, it's great, because she's like, you want the rest of this? And I'm like, heck yeah, I'll take that.
I'm a cheap date.
But it's, well, no.
What? I'm not a cheap date. Alright, so the next question. Does anyone in their relationship get jealous? Who's the most jealous?
I have no doubts that, like, I have, like, no, like, you asked me, do you ever get jealous? Like, this was a question she asked me yesterday, and I was like, no. And I'm like, because I know anybody, like, the other day when we were at the concert, I wrapped my arm around you, you didn't know it was me, and you were about to deck me in the face because someone else was trying to touch you. I have no doubts that she wouldn't, like, be opposed to any advances made on her or anything. So I'm secure in the idea that this is my person, and like, there's no problem. Her, on the other hand, the waitress calls me hun, she will fucking deck them in the face. I just swore, I hope that's okay. You'll
fine.
probably bleep it out.
No, I swear all the time of my thing.
Just like, out of nowhere, just like, yo, yeah.
No, you can swear on my channel. My channel's never kids. I wouldn't say that I'm like super jealous. Every girl that looks at him, I'm not like ready to tear their head off or anything like that.
She says that, she's lying. I'm just kidding.
Like, he has girl space friends, and like, I'm totally fine with that. Yeah, and this is the first relationship I've ever been okay with that. Like I said, I've been with a lot of toxicity and crap like that, and I've been cheated on myself, so I would never do something like that to him. But as far as me getting jealous, that's definitely something I have come a long way with. If a waitress calls him hun,
you talked to me in the car afterwards, you're like, I was gonna jump on her. She jokes about it. It's not serious.
No, I would never, unless somebody hits me, I'm not gonna hit them. But I would, no, it's fine. It's fine. It really is.
There's no, signs of being jealous are typically signs of insecurity, or maybe you're nervous. Again, all comes down to communication. Talk to your partner. See what they think. Get some reassurance. Maybe you've had bad experiences. Maybe you have a reason to be so. Talk to your partner so that maybe they understand.
But I would also say,
I've been yawning a lot today. I'm so sorry. I'm tired. It's like almost 10 o'clock. You were saying.
The person that you are with is not the person that you were with.
It's a very important lesson. Something, again, in the beginning of the relationship, she taught me. You literally told me, it's like, I am not her. And I'm like,
yeah.
You're right, you're not.
That's one of the hardest things for me. Is
we both realize, said that to each other, like, we're not them, and it's something you're gonna live with if you're coming out of that. And the person needs to respect that you feel that way, but you also need to understand that you're moving forward.
Yeah.
And it's a hard thing to learn. I'm speaking from personal experiences. It's a hard thing to learn, but it's a valuable and worthwhile thing to learn, especially if you're the right person. What's the next question?
Next question is, would you say opposites attract Or are you pretty similar in your hobbies?
Depends. There's like a level to where if you're too opposite, you can't attract. There needs to be some common ground.
I would say our common ground is video games.
Oh, there are many times, especially in the very beginning where we both answered the same question. There are things I'm still learning, like the other day when we were ordering the pizza, there was a side appetizer, it was like a pesto bread, and I saw pesto, I was like, oh my god, pesto! We both said at the same time, like, oh my god, pesto! Like, we both are on the same page. But then you go and you look at, like, you like horror movies. I'm not much of a horror movie guy.
I feel like the biggest difference for us, because you seem to like American Horror Story and stuff like that, like you can sit there and watch them. Our biggest difference would be our music.
Yeah,
But they're similar. So as far as like the actual, like when you listen to it, you can see the big difference, or hear the big difference, I should say. But when you listen to the actual words of the songs that we listen to,
drives home the same meaning.
Yeah, they're pretty similar. So I would say that there has to be a positive and like a negative type of thing.
I'm trying to think of opposites, because like there have been times where like we both disagree. Like, I don't know, like a weird one is I don't like my food touching. She'll mix her food together, ranch and spaghetti, and I'm over here like, ugh, I can't. She likes to travel a lot. A lot of the things that I think we were opposite on that I didn't normally like, you've actually exposed me to. Again, get interested in what your partner likes. You might discover more things about yourself too.
Yeah.
I didn't like to travel. Here we are. I don't mind traveling now. I think I've traveled more in the last 6 months than I have in the last 20 years, 23 years of my life now. And, I mean, she would have never watched Marvel without me. She would have never listened to TWRP without me. I would have never listened to Black Bear and all that stuff without her.
Oh, he's got me in the car. Like, I'm to the point where I'm so comfortable. I'm in the car just...
She's over there doing some crazy maneuvers on the road, and I'm just over here like, well, if we die, we die.
That?
I do the same thing sometimes.
I'm not a crazy driver.
You're not a crazy driver. We all have our moments. If you say I'm a good driver, you're a liar. Everybody drives terribly at some point. There's a reason. There's a reason there are car accidents. It's no one's fault. It's just these things happen.
Next question is, what place do you two dream of living at?
A home together? Yeah, I don't really have high expectations.
We kind of talked about this earlier today. I mean, I told him what I wanted. He didn't really tell me. He was just like, same, yeah.
Yeah, she was telling me about like what she wanted, and I'm like, yeah, everything that you said is perfectly fine by me. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, I have no high expectations. I just kind of want to stay around where we live now because I have a job. Mm-hmm. Until like the day comes where I can do whatever I feel like, or I decide to change directions. I would like to have my job as a sense of like income so I can live. Just that's the only thing. Like, I don't really care where I go. One day I might end up in Alaska. I don't freaking know. Like, I have no expectations. I don't want to go.
You're not going to end up in Alaska.
I'm about to say that place sucks from what I've heard. A lot. This is the highest suicide rate in the country because people are isolated. I would rather live in like, I don't know, somewhere in the middle of the U.S.
I don't know.
Listen, everywhere's got its downsides. Ohio is depressing.
I've heard
Ohio is depressing.
Yeah, I know it is depressing. I've heard like North Carolina is really cool.
My family wanted to move to Maine at one point.
Fuck that.
Lobster, man, it's super cheap. Crab legs, lobster.
No offense to anybody that lives in Maine, okay? I just would not.
A lot of people just clicked off the video. 80% of your fan base lives in Maine. You just ousted yourself.
No. If I were okay, thinking of somewhere I would actually want to live. Like, I don't want to move far away from my family.
Let's just go across the Great Lakes to Canada. Let's do that.
No. Are we talking about like an actual like where we would want to live now? Or are we talking about like our dream like type of thing? Because that can give you a whole layout.
Said like years down the road she wants to build her own house.
Yeah. You build. Yeah, I want to build my house from literally.
We're on the same page with this.
Like, I want to design the entire thing. Like, I pretty much want to design everything. Like, I don't know what it is about that kind of stuff, but like, I want to design my wedding ring. I want to design my wedding dress. I want to design my home. I don't know why, but I just want to, because I want something that nobody else has.
I get it. You want to be unique. Like,
yeah.
You want to stand out. Like, getting the same whatever as everyone else doesn't very stand out.
Yeah.
Having a one-of-a-kind thing. It's just like in a video game. When you loot something and you see that one unique item, you're like, oh, mine. You take it. It makes it valuable, not just to, in general, but also just to you.
Yeah.
It's special. And that's when she said, like, oh, I want to build my own house one day down the road. I was like, yeah, that sounds like a perfectly reasonable thing to want, and I feel like I could always be down with that.
Yeah.
The only thing, you know me, I'm like, just give me one decently sized room to myself, a decent bedroom, and...
Right, because we're going to have separate bedrooms.
No, like... Just...
I'm kidding. No, yeah, he can have his little man cave, and the rest of the house is mine.
That's really, I mean, like, I already use only one room in my house right now, so that's all I care about.
So, if we're talking about, like, dream place I would want to move now, like, right now.
Going to California.
No, I don't want to go to California. I just want, I still want to stay in the area, but I want, like, a townhouse. Like, somewhere... A 3-bedroom townhouse with a kitchen that has an island. I don't know why I want an island so bad, but I want an island.
Everybody wants a freaking island. My mom was saying when we looked for a house years ago, she's like, I want an island. I'm like, what's an island? Center area.
I'm going to design my house in The Sims.
I mean, that's probably what most architects tend to do.
I mean,
they have a software similar to it.
Yeah. It's going to piss me off and I'm going to take the ladder off the pool.
It's like The Sims. I'm smarter than a Sim. Are you smarter than a Sim? I'm smarter than a Sim.
No, I'm talking about in The Sims.
I never understood that. Why do girls do that? Why do they, when they play The Sims, they make them and their significant other, and then when things go bad, they torture them? That's scary. Why do you do that? That's messed up. I wouldn't torture virtual you.
I haven't.
I might, like, make my character go to a separate place for a little bit. But I would never hurt your character. It just seems pretty messed up.
It's fine. You'll be okay.
Like how she didn't address the problem. She was like, it's okay.
Somebody asked, what did you think of the concert?
Oh my god, when we started, I loved it. Before I got sick with COVID, back in September, October, they had announced the new and improved tour. And I was like, VIP, 2 tickets VIP, so much merch. I was down. I immediately, I think 30 minutes into the sale, I had already bought 2 tickets for Columbus. And I didn't know what I was expecting, but as the time drew closer, I had all these ideas of like what they were going to do, the jokes, the energy, the music, what songs they were going to play. And then finally, we get there, and I told you earlier, I was like worried. Every time I look forward to something, it doesn't turn out as good as I'm hoping it does, or it goes bad. So when I got in, finally they let us in about a half hour after they said to be there. And we're waiting, and we're sitting there, and we're like, I don't know how it's going to go. The VIP thing starts, and it's already like, okay, this is pretty good. I was at the merch table, far away from the stage when he comes out recording, and he says, oh, don't be recording this, by the way. And I'm like, I'm already breaking that rule. Let me put my phone away. But then the VIP section was pretty okay. Didn't ease my burden. It was funny, entertaining, but it wasn't what I was looking for. Then Rich Alcoin comes out.
He was terrible.
She didn't like him. I thought he was terrible. Okay.
You guys know I've been to so many shows, and he had to have been the worst opener I've ever seen. And that is coming next to what is his name? He opened for Black Bear during Tiffmas. he was terrible. It wasn't the band. It was like the DJ dude. I just don't.
Guy?
Yeah, I just don't think like the DJ mixers are that good. Like, he was bad, and he got all political and stuff, and I just didn't like that. I felt like he was pushing an agenda, and it was not. He had a message in some of his songs about like believe in yourself and stuff like that.
Those were
and
great.
that was okay.
I liked those,
but it was just like him as an artist. I did not like.
I see, and there were some moments where a lot of the songs were like hitting a deep message, but they were like they were good. I actually genuinely liked his music. Tiff was like, I don't think you could sing. And I thought he sang pretty okay.
And then you looked around the crowd, and everybody around me was confused. Everybody was like, what is going on?
I saw the opposite. I saw people actually jamming out, singing into his microphone when he bent down. Like, it was actually pretty cool. And at the very least, while I wasn't like amazed and blown away by the concert, I was kind of singing along with the words, and I liked the way he presented his songs. Like, even if you didn't know the songs, he put the lyrics up on screen for you to read.
It was a 2 out of 10 for me.
I thought it was at least. It raised my opinion of him. I expected nothing. It raised my opinion of him. But before that, I forgot to mention. Remember Pete and his terrible music?
Oh yeah, they were playing some songs that were terrible. If you type in Black Bear Christmas, my video is the first one to pop up on Google. That's cool.
I just love how like there was this music playing before the show at Scully's, and it was just like there was literally a line about like I think I recorded like 10 seconds of it, and I still listen back to it. I was like, it's so weird. The first song was something like, we're all going to jail except Pete.
Yeah.
Pete's gonna die, and I'm like, what the heck are we listening?
Why is he gonna die? First of all, let's start there.
We joked that Pete made the rest of them because they got progressively worse.
Yeah.
It was like, at one point they were like, how do you feel as you spread the mustard? And I'm like,
yeah, we were like, what is going on
here? What are they singing about? And then there was like, there's a cat, Captain, what do you think? And I'm like, oh my god.
I think you need to get off the radio. That's what I think. And like everybody in the crowd was like, what is going on?
We were
like,
talking
this
to
is
people
terrible.
around us like, what are they playing? And they're like, I don't know.
Just put on Mariah Carey at this point. All I want for Christmas is like.
I said that, I was like, God, I'll take the Christmas music at this point. Just put it back. People, Twerp has like anxiety music, we like to call it, which is just empty void until something happens.
Every artist has that, by the way.
And one of the people in the group was like, well, it beats the anxiety music. I'm like, guys, you don't understand. I will take the anxiety music.
Literally,
at this point.
just play it. Like, just let it be.
I couldn't take it.
The anxiety will calm down. It was terrible. It was literally.
Maybe
it wasn't
that's
even.
why I was accepting of Rich, because he came out and broke the monotony of that.
I think they did that
music
on purpose. Now they were like, we know this one is not the greatest, so here you go.
I liked him. I thought he was okay.
So that is actually gonna wrap it up. I have about 40 minutes of editing here now, so.
I didn't get to finish.
It's like, wait a minute, I'm not done.
The
We're not
crux of
giving
what I
them
was.
a full play-by-play of everything.
No. I'm saying I started a
we
statement.
know.
I never finished it. Everything I've like ever wanted to happen when it comes to stuff I have high expectations for doesn't turn out the way it does. In conclusion, this concert was everything I wanted and more. The energy was good. Their comedy was great. Their jokes were great. The music was great. I had lost my voice a little bit this morning.
Yeah.
And I would definitely recommend it. This show is definitely new and improved for me. It's everything you expect from Twerp and more. And I loved it. It was the first ever concert from them, and I would do it again, especially with her.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good show from somebody that doesn't listen to that type of music or literally know any of the words to anything. So, I mean, it was a good show. So, yeah.
No, sorry about derailing you for like 30 minutes here.
That's fine.
Any other questions you want to have answered very quickly?
No, I have a lot of editing already.
Okay, I got you.
Alright, so that is going to end it. If you guys want to ask us questions, make sure that you follow me on Instagram. I randomly post those. So, I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, and I will be here tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day.
Goodbye.
I can't reach the camera.